Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this edition of Goat Vibe Interviews here on Swag 100 Podcast. I am your host, Swag 100, and we got the best pop artist coming out of England, Miss Esmae, joining us today.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's real good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Definitely, definitely. So tell us what's going on out there in England. You know, we in America. Let us know what's going on out there.
There's lots going on, always lots going on. Lots of exciting things going on with the music. Fire's still very much quite new, so we're getting a great response on that. Typical English, I've got my cup of tea here because like work without tea.
Coffee. Got my coffee.
Exactly. Yeah, we do it differently, but that's okay.
Right.
But yeah, I've got nothing to complain about. I've got some really exciting releases coming out, some really exciting gigs. So yeah, I'm a happy.
Right. I mean, I know that I know you and got to know a lot about you. Definitely got me as a fan right now, I root for Esme, but yeah, let the viewers know a little bit about yourself, so we could dig in deep on the regular questions, but let the viewers know a little bit about yourself and how they can find you, and then we'll get into the proper interview.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so like you say, I'm Esme. I'm a UK artist. I'm from the north of England, so nowhere near London, but I do love London. I started releasing music about 3-4 years ago, and I love it. I started mainly writing before I got into becoming a full-time artist, and I just love it. I love the feeling it gives me, and I love it when I hear that other people enjoy it and it gives them something. So it's yeah, I love doing what we're doing.
Definitely, definitely. And we're going to get into some of the music today too, to let the viewers hear, some of your awesome tracks that you got out here, and hopefully they go run it up, right?
Yeah, check out all the socials.
All right. So let us know. I mean, like, how is it? Because I do know that you have, traveled to America. I believe it was LA.
Yeah.
But let us know, how is it coming up in, England, like the UK whole era, like how is it coming up over there?
I would say, obviously, if you're not from like the music industry, which most people aren't, when you're first starting out, it's there's a lot to take in. It's quite difficult to navigate. I'm not going to lie. And for me, it's all about getting the right team around you who can guide you and give you the right guidance and help you understand. Because there's more than one element to it. You've got the writing, then the studio, then the production, then you've got your live, then you've got the gigs, and there's a lot to pull together.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. It's a process, and the creative process is the bit that I love the most. So
Now, would you say that your experiences coming up in England or, the UK area in general, um, impacts your music the way that you create? Do you take things that you see that goes on around you and stuff it in your pen and then just start writing it out and
yeah.
hit?
Yeah, it's like a little recipe, isn't it? I think it's a recipe of life experiences is basically the root of my music. So, like you said, the first song I wrote was when I was younger in LA. And then I went on a bit of a different journey. But if I hadn't have gone on the other journey, I wouldn't have had the experience to have the material to write about. So, I think you're right where you're supposed to be when you're doing what you're doing. And for me, the life experiences have given me enough to write about that I think gives my music a lot of depth as well. I don't really write many happy songs, so I'm going to say that. It's generally a feeling that I get from an experience, and it all gets put in the pot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, when we think of UK, and we think about singers, we automatically think about pop.
Right.
And but unfortunately from you, not unfortunately, but fortunately from you, I like to say you got a little chocolate in your sauce, you got some soul in you, Um,
Yeah.
where did the American influence, because I know, and I'm gonna act like we didn't interview before, but where did the American influence come from when it comes to the music? Like, in America here, if I was down south, we don't really hear that much up north music. We hear all down south music. So my question is, how was you able to hear, the American music? Was Is it a station out there that particularly plays American music and you like, I like this, or you just watch YouTube? Like, let us know
Yeah,
how you got influenced with American music.
yeah. So I don't, like, and it didn't actually occur to me until you asked me the question that all of my influences were American. And it's a good question, to be fair. Obviously, like Whitney, you could find her. She was like a platinum selling. You could get a hold of her CDs. Showing my age now, CDs. But I don't. I think Brandy and Monica, that was like MTV. And then there was a show that a guy did, Trevor Nelson over here, called The Lick, and that was all. That was all my music. And I think when you know what you like, then you go find it wherever that may be. But there wasn't any like R&B or R&B pop R&B stations really at the time. I mean, there are now, but yeah, I didn't. It didn't occur to me that I was like 100% American influence.
Right, right. Now, if you had a favorite radio station growing up, what would it be?
Oh gosh, mine was like my local one, TFM.
Okay,
So
TFM.
it's not there anymore, not even there. So yeah.
What?
But then I think the big one here is Radio One.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I listened to Radio One. They're awesome. Tim West,
Yeah.
Tim Westbrook, and the other
I went
guy.
to times, yeah. So I
Yeah.
would say Tim Westwood, Trevor Nelson, all of their playlists, they had everything on there, all of them. So that's how I found everybody, yeah.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So, um, what do you think? The support system in the UK. Like here in America, we have a area called Atlanta, and this particular area, out of the whole music industry, Atlanta is the city that supports Atlanta, people from Atlanta. So
Right.
if it's a new rapper coming up, an older
Mhm.
rapper will embrace him, give him a platform, give him a feature, probably give him a couple plays and outlets. Is there a support system like that there in the UK, like where UK artists or are supporting each other, have a support system?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the closest thing that I would think is similar is like BBC introducing. So it's a national thing. So it's all young talent, doesn't matter what genre. And then every area has their own like region. So if you go there, there's a high chance that they'll play you. There's then the possibility they'll put you forward for national. And that's basically the fairest way and the best way for artists who, are just starting out and just trying to get the name out there. That's the best way for people in the UK, I would say, or just getting out there and doing festivals and things like that.
Right, right. So you here in America, especially in my area, Philadelphia, we use the word like, oh, this the big Esmae, not the little one. As Esmae has a powerful voice. It's very intriguing. It's different. It's a one of a kind. Did you have any vocal training? Went to any academies? Was there any programs, or is this just Esmae? Like,
Yeah, I think I'm definitely what they call raw. Um, but I am, yeah, obviously when I started getting into it and I've started doing it more, I'm learning more, and now I do have vocal sessions. And because there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to listen for. And if you're not trained or you don't necessarily play an instrument, it's not as easy to hear it. So yeah, but I'm having vocal lessons now. But yeah, it's all raw.
Right, right. And you start learning the keys and the notes, and you
I've
know.
got piano here, so this is why I don't have my nails on. I'm going to learn to play. So I'm going
Okay.
to,
Yeah, that's
yeah, on
awesome.
the job training.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, as a singer, we know in the industry a lot of singers work with writers or
Mm.
king of composers, and you know how do you write your own music, or do sometimes you collab with other writers, or do the label come to you, say, hey, we think we got a hook for you, we just need you to write the verses? How
Hmm.
is that creative process when you're working with the label and other creators and writers?
Yeah. So there's a couple of different ways, really. So initially, when I first started writing, I guess I didn't really know that I was starting to write. So I would have like a melody in my head, and I'd jump out of the bed and go and record it on my phone, and then it would turn into a song because that's generally how I get the idea. It's like an emotion or a wave. So that's, and then I would take that into a producer, and then they would put the music to it. But I've found more recently, when I've been working and collaborating with other amazing writers, that if you can have an idea, but then if they contribute to that, and then there's another person who's doing the music, and you put it all together, you've got a great idea. But the more you collaborate, not maybe not always, but in my experience, the better the project gets because there's more people on it. You know, so I like writing on my own, but I really enjoy collaborating.
Right. Now, have you, we all do collaborations, and sometimes we find that one person, like, you know what? If I can't find nobody, I'm calling my girl, or I'm calling my homie, like I'm calling them because I know they're gonna get the job done. Have you found someone like that for you yet? Whether it's a producer, another singer, engineer, or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. So the last two records that we've done has been with a lady called Helen Baldwin and Jonas Pearson, and together we come up with some really, really good stuff. So yeah.
Okay. See, we all got to have them go-to people, like, hey, I need you. And that's the good thing about the creative space in music. We get to meet so many different
Yeah,
personalities and people with different skill sets, and but when you actually find someone that that it's like it's magic every time we link up,
yeah,
that's the beauty of the game,
yeah,
finding those little pieces to your chessboard. That's the beauty of the game.
yeah, exactly. I
Right.
agree.
So talk to us a little bit about some of the producers. Do you have a one producer? Do you accept tracks from other producers and then you pick through them like, hey, I like this one, or do
Yeah.
you build around you?
I think it's more like building around, like building as we go. I've worked with like lots of different producers, but like I say, the team that where we're doing it at the minute is the one that I think we understand each other really well, and instantly, whether or not it's writing the song or the music or the direction that we want to take, we're all on it. We're like we're off, we're going, and that's it.
Okay. So within these 5 years,
Hmm.
5 years
Yeah.
for you, what was your biggest accomplishment so far?
I would say I, I think the success has been great. I think the proud moments are Undone went into the charts, so that went to number 8, and then Fire also went into the charts as well. So yeah, and then recently I think it's exciting. So there's the songs going on MTV in the US. Fire.
Yes. With the video, right? The
The video,
video.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
awesome.
so that's good, and I find that really interesting that it's going in the US and not the UK. You know?
Well, for me, when I watched the video for the first time and I heard the song, I mean, I was scratching my head and I actually asked Q, I'm like, yo, why isn't this in the US? Like,
Yeah,
you're my Lady Gaga, you're my Lady Gaga. So it's like, yo, let's get this over here, you
yeah,
know, and but I'm glad it's making it to the US, and
yeah,
I really believe that it'll blow up over here.
yeah.
Your music is definitely vibey, it's relatable,
Hmm.
and I believe, the American audience that's into pop, R&B, soul, just love good fun songs, and the visuals, it's art, it's the colors, the way it was shot, is very artistic as well. So I believe once it gets in rotation, people are going to be asking for it more, and it'll stay in rotation, and we'll get a USA chart in, you know.
Yeah. That's all sounds fabulous.
Yeah, yeah, but I really do believe that. So let's talk about this iTunes plaque in the back, for this particular song before we get into Fire.
Yeah. So this song, again, it was just another moment where the first line is, "I don't want you to stay. but I don't want you to go. Like in a relationship, you're like, oh, you don't, you know, and it's constant, isn't it? 1 minute it's good, then it's not good, then it's not, you know, then it's all good. And so that was the idea or the essence behind the song. And we started writing it and it was just off we went. So yeah, that one is a lot more pop, more mainstream pop, but again, has its own, it's like life experiences. I think when you can get people to instantly relate to something and it can help them in whatever way that might be, I think that's when, you know, you've got something that people want to listen to more than once.
When you speak from, whether it's a first person or third person point of view,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the hook or the
Yeah.
first 4 bars of the song, whether it's the hook or the verse,
Mm-hmm.
if that resonates,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you got them hooked already. That's like, you know, I tell everybody, I say, yo, this is the beat. Them first 4 bars,
Yeah.
that first 30 seconds, that intro, that's the hook right there. That's your beat, you know. And for me, I feel like you understand that formula, you know.
Mm.
We need to relate to the people. Yes, this is my story. This may be my friend's story. This may be something that I
Yeah.
saw, but if the viewers can see it and
Mm.
relate to it, it's always a hit.
Yeah. Well,
Nothing,
this is it. Sorry.
nothing,
Yeah. Well,
nothing beats relatable music.
yeah. Well, people are like, oh my God, you have really bad experiences. And I'm like, no, they're not all mine. I actually have a really happy life. I'm just like, I'm picking up on everybody else's situations. And I'm like, you know, that's something that you can talk about. So, yeah,
Right.
it's not, although I don't write happy songs, I don't have an unhappy life. Don't worry. It's
People
okay.
like, Esmae, are you okay? I heard your song, girl. Are you okay? Let me give you a hug.
I'm back.
Right. So if you could move to the Americas,
Mm-hmm.
where would Esme reside? Where is the dream place in America for Esme?
That's such a good question because I love all of it. And I love how varied it is. So you go, you know, obviously it's very, the UK, we have many accents, but obviously we're only like a small, we're only, well, we're a lot smaller than you guys. I enjoyed LA, but I don't think I'd live there. I loved going to Texas because I went to a rodeo. That was good fun. That was really good fun. And then I actually ran up the steps in Philly and done a reenaction of Rocky.
Oh, you came down here to the Rocky Steps. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
raining. It's raining, and so when I was getting filmed, I was like, "That looks so bad." So we sped it up, so I looked like I was quite fit. So I enjoyed Philly. I really liked Philly. That was a really good place to be. Yeah, it
Yeah.
reminded me. Boston's nice, but it's cold.
Good old Town. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I did enjoy Philly.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, the places you named, Boston, Texas,
Yeah,
LA and Philly, those all are some beautiful places. I haven't lived in Boston, but I've been there. But
yeah,
all the other places I lived there before, like more than 3 years. So I had my experiences. For me, there's nothing like home.
yeah,
You
yeah. I
know,
agree.
there's nothing like home. But um, where should I go? If I came to the UK and I was like, you know what, I'm going on vacation. I need to go to the U. I want to go to the UK.
Yeah.
Where would you suggest I go? And I'm going to have the most fun coming over there to the UK.
Oh gosh. Well, us Northerners, we have a whole lot of fun. We all are very, very friendly up here. Obviously London, you've got all the hot spots. Everybody goes to London. There's the Lake District, which is really pretty. A bit similar to like Lake Vermont, but smaller. And I don't know, you'd have to come up north though.
Up north, that's where it's
Yeah,
at. Up north.
yeah, you'd have to come up here. Yeah,
Okay,
Newcastle and I live in Teesside, but then there's Newcastle, so there's lots of great things to do around here as well.
right. Now, when Esme not in music mode, when you're not in artist mode, are you a mother?
I am.
All right, when you're not in mommy mode and you just want to unwind, and you like, I want to have a good time out in town, what would be like your top two places for yourself?
Um, oh gosh, good question. I mean, I'm very, very local because I lived abroad for a long time. So coming back home and being around my family is basically when I'm not doing all the music and all the other stuff. I just like to be around. I've got lots of sisters, and we're all very local. So we go to like my high street, which is Yom, and I like to go for drinks and dinner. Nothing crazy. Get
Right,
home. I like
right.
a nice. I like a nice spa there.
Okay, okay. Now, do
I
Esme?
don't relax. I don't relax because I don't know how to, but I like the idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now, do you got any hidden talents? Like, you know how to play basketball real good. You can play soccer. I don't know. Like, is there a hidden talent? Well, you getting ready to learn the piano. But
Yeah.
is
It's
there?
not a talent. Let me tell you that. It's certainly not a talent. It's a. Uh, but I like to do. I like to swim.
Okay.
I'm an all right swimmer. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. One thing
Okay.
I do is keep plants alive. I know that. I'm not very good with plants.
Oh, you're not good with plants.
No, I can't. For whatever reason, I can't.
You got to get the app that where you take the picture of the plant and it tells you what to do. Like, some people think that, yeah, they have an app, and you just take the picture of your plant and it'll tell you, like, use these seeds with your plant, and it'll help it grow. Don't use water for Coca-Cola and something else. And it's just some people think their plants are dying and they throw it away, but this app tells you what to do to bring it back to life or keep it, because
Yeah.
every plant is needs a different type of nurturing. What I've
Well, but apparently I'm not good with. I think I've made the biggest mistake. I know this is totally off topic, but it was an orchid, and I find them very difficult to care for. Like I don't know what they need, so I need to get the app. You'll have to send me the app.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, they definitely have an app out there for the plants.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it
if you,
seemed like you love plants though.
I do. I like the idea of them, but mine are now all artificial.
Okay.
Yeah, really good, and they don't have a lot of needs, so it's working out. It's working out quite well.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, what's your plans? Like, with the plants, like, later on, probably 10 years from now, you find yourself, will you think about getting a back porch with the greenhouse backyard and you got your little plants growing fresh fruits and stuff like that? Or,
Oh no, 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 never. I like the idea of that, and I think my sister would be a good candidate for that. Maybe I'll get the plants from her or the from her, and I'll just be a good customer. Yeah, can't see me with an orchid. No,
wait,
can't see it.
I thought we was going to have Esme Farmers Market.
No,
Fresh
I'll go to
fruit,
the
fresh
market.
fruit.
Yeah. So if you were going to go to England, where would you go? Where do you want to go to?
I just want to get off the plane and just be in England. I would go anywhere. I don't have a set location to go. I would love to just be able to land and have a resource or contact down there, and
Uh-huh.
I'll be able to get around. Right, I'll be able to get around and just enjoy England itself. Um, just seeing different countries, different
Mm.
lifestyles,
Yeah.
learning about different cultures, seeing how things work around the world is a beautiful experience. And
Yeah.
I think everybody should be afforded the opportunity to see more than just their country, you
Yeah.
know, because there's some people that haven't even left their city,
Mm.
not alone the country. So
Yeah.
I really love traveling, and like I said, just being able to enjoy different cultures, ethnicities, and
Hmm.
being able to understand the lifestyles of others is very
Yeah.
beautiful, because now when you come back home, you be more appreciative for what you have and what you don't have, what you're going through and what you're not going through, because traveling the world definitely open your eyes to how blessed we are sometimes.
And it gives you a bit a different perspective, like you say.
Yes, yes, yes. So, what are some of the goofy things you do in the studio? Like, do you go mess with the producer NPC and try to punch your beat a little bit, or do you mess with the knobs on the engineer board and be like, let me turn this up a couple decimals, like, because sometimes as artists we get in the studio and
Yeah,
we have fun, sometimes we not even
yeah.
saying we're being goofy, like, what is that for you in the studio, like your fun moments?
Oh, I enjoy all of it. I love it. I just really do. I would not touch the keys or the board because I would do that back in, because me and technology were not friends. I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah, but what it is, I don't know whether I've got a superpower that I don't know how to harness yet. That's what I'm going to put it down to. Because
Right.
anything I touch logically, it just stops working. So I just don't touch it. Yeah, but in terms of the studio, I'm always like, I can't hear it. Can you turn it up? So I know that I get told off for having it a bit too loud. But yeah, when I'm making music, I know it is work because we're working, but I enjoy it so much. It's for me, it's just the best experience, and I love doing it. So we
Right.
have a lot of fun.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like a kid at Toy R Us when I'm in the studio. I need to be a part of everything.
Oh,
Like, you know, um, dang, I don't even want to use his name right now, but I'm like Clarence Avant here. In the game, like that's who I look up to. They call him the Black Godfather of music.
yeah,
And that's like me. I got my hands in everything, so it'd be like, I know how to rap. I don't know how to sing, but I know the notes you're supposed to hit. Oh, the goosebumps supposed to come up on my arms when you're
yeah,
singing, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And because I produce, I engineer, I shoot videos and do a lot of different things. So when I'm in the studio, I'm like a big kid. I'm like, oh nope, that don't sound right. Do it again.
Yeah.
They be like, oh man, a session with swag. But you know what? It pays off in the long run.
Yeah, of course. But that just shows that you're passionate, doesn't it, about all of it? Because everything has to be at the same level.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it is substandard. Then it brings the whole project down. So I'm with you. I understand.
Because
So the next,
sometimes you get people in the studio, it's just so much fun. They also
yeah,
forget that they're working.
mm,
And I'm the one, like, I know how to have fun, but hey, we working here. Hey,
yeah, got to get it done.
that 8 bar intro, we need that. Let's go.
Definitely. So the next music video is in Philly, then, yeah.
Oh yeah, come on, let's get it. Let's get it. I'll shoot it. I have put the whole
Well,
production team together. Let's get it.
yeah,
Yep.
I'll see if steps a bit quicker.
So explain, because you got this new track, Fire is out.
Yeah,
It's if it's not here yet, you know how what's his name, DJ Khaled, like, send the vocals, you know. Send the video. That's how MTV is right now. So it's getting ready to air, and you're super excited.
yeah.
um Walk the viewers through the video shoot. How was it that day? How long did it take? Was it more than one day? Just walk us through it, because it's a dope video, by the way.
Thank you. I think you can tell, like we all had a great day, but I think the reason that we had such a good day was because of like the level of planning that went in for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, everything from what we're wearing to what we're doing, the dancing, the choreography, the director, the planning, that was all executed so well that when we got there, all we had to do was enjoy the process. There's like the video is like the putting the bow on it, isn't it? Like everything else is done, and
Right.
it's just this. You get to really celebrate everything that you've got, like that you've created so far. So we turned up. It was in London. Hair. I can send you a video actually of how long that hair took. It took forever. I think the French hair artist, she came to the hotel room about 2 a.m. So we got to work, and then she was still doing that when they were doing my makeup. The guys were building like the podiums on the videos, where the dancers are.
Mm-hmm.
They were building them outside. The other guy was graffitiing like all of the paper and stuff. So it was actually being built whilst we were getting the video, getting ready for the set.
Right.
And I just loved all of it. Do you have a favourite part?
You know what? I don't think I can say it in an interview. but but what I was gonna say, how was the choreography part in there? Because I know when you got 4 or 5 people and trying to get everyone on the same page, you know, and also being an artist, you probably not the dancer and you got to learn this new dance that they're trying to put together. And it's like, all right, well, look, I can do it this way. So maybe y'all gonna have to adapt to me, you know, like
That's exactly what.
how was that?
So this is a great question because no, I haven't actually had this conversation yet. So basically, the dance got sent to me, and I was like, okay, so that's not going to happen, really, because I'm not really a dancer. However, I do appreciate that this song requires some energy. So I went to a lady, and we broke down the dance, and we picked out the best bits. So I'm joining in where I can. But yeah, the girls were great, but they're fast. They're fast dancers.
Right, right. Now, for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
when you look at particular artists and say, you know what, I, I want to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you put yourself? How far are you from I want to be right there? Do you feel like you one hit away or you,
I just feel like it's hard to say because I don't think anybody could ever know, and I don't think anybody could say what that moment would be. All I know is that there's so many exciting things happening. It's just an exciting place to be right now for
right?
me as an artist. The team that I'm working with, I'm just seeing one great thing and another great thing, and I'm very appreciative because I know that we put a lot of hard work in, but there's still more work to be done. I think, and that's how you get from here to here. You've got to stay focused.
Now, do you ever sit back and think like, you know what? There's another girl out there looking at Esme like, I want to be there.
No, I haven't actually thought about that. Do you think?
Listen, you got a plaque behind you on the wall, right?
Oh yeah, I do. Oh, what that plaque right there? That one.
You got you got another song that we're talking about, Fire, which is charted as well, right?
Yes.
So that lets me know
Yeah.
that there's some girl out there like, you know what? I want to be like Esme, you know, because music does that, you know?
Yeah.
Music does that. You probably don't know about the person's lifestyle. They could be the crappiest person on earth, and you would never know because the music is so beautiful. And you see the music videos. You see what they put up on their social medias, and it's just like, hey, you know what? Esme's so cool. I want to be like her, you know. And it could be a upcoming artist, you know. Um, how do that make you feel when you're creating music, knowing that there's potentially someone out there that's looking at you and saying, I want to be like Esme?
Yeah. I think it reminds me that we have a responsibility to do a good job. It's
That's
really important. It's really important. You can't get flippant or drop the ball or just like not care about how you behave because it's important. Because people are watching, like you're saying, and especially if it's young people, boy or girl or whatever, and we're going to influence them. You want it to be in the right way. You want to have a positive impact.
no, that's a great answer, you know, and that's what I was more so looking for to see if you was picking up on that. You know, some
Mm,
artists don't realize they have a responsibility with
it
their
is.
videos and their audio, you know,
Yeah.
because it impacts someone.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Esme writes and creates relatable music.
Yeah.
So, you know, your song is going to resonate and impact people a little bit more than others because people are making music to make music. You know, they're just making a hit, they're making a catchy song, they're making a vibe, you know, and all music has a catchy thing to it, has a vibe to it, but everything don't have substance in it, you know. So for being an artist that creates music with substance in it, you have to be responsible for the way you carry yourself and you appear to the public, or you just come off to your fans, you know, because these are the people that actually going to look up to you, be your main supporters, you know. I feel like maybe within the next 2 3 years, you know, you're going to have that Nicki Minaj, you know, whole, you know, Nicki, she has her own entourage. Beyonce has her own entourage. It's like, you better not play with Beyonce. The Beehive is coming, you know.
Mm.
Don't play with Nicki Minaj. The Barbies are coming, you know. So it's like, you know, your music can impact people that much to whereas though, you know, you can have that Rihanna type
Yeah.
audience where they're not playing about you, you know. It's like, don't talk about Esmae, you know. And then I back you up. I see that for you. I really do. I see that for you. You
Do
know.
you? Can I
I,
ask you a question then?
go ahead.
What would they be called?
The maze.
Ah, I like that. The
Yeah, the
maze.
maze. Yep. You got it. MAE apostrophe S, like the
Yes, yeah,
maze. You know, like this the May family. You know, the maze. You know, the May crew, the May maze.
yeah. I like that. I did like that.
You know, yeah, I think that would be awesome. But I really do see that for you. I feel like consistency is key.
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of people don't realize the more music you put out
Mm-hmm.
and they're simultaneously hitting, you got one song to chart it, you got another song that's charted. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you drop another hit. It may chart, it may not, but all of these songs that you're creating now has a potential to hit because you got two charting songs
mm,
and what we call the drip or trickle down method. You know,
yeah,
you hear
yeah.
that one, they go listen for some more. They go try to find some more, you know. So for me, consistency is key. Just stay consistent. I'm not
Mm,
saying rush on putting the music out, but
yeah,
give your fans more than one opportunity to support you, you know. And with that being said, are you creating any other tangible things outside of music that supports your music, whether it be merch, it could be um a future tour of
yeah,
yours, not you joining in somebody tour,
yeah,
Esme tour. uh what else? I mean, you can have a side business that supports the music, like you got Esme lemonade
yeah,
bottles or something, you know, and people buying the lemonades. You know, it's all
yeah,
sorts of things artists come up with: makeup, lipstick.
yeah, yeah. I
You know?
think for me, definitely be either makeup or clothing. Like I love my fashion and I love makeup. I love all of that. So if I was going to do something that would be like true to me, that because if I'm loving it, then if they're like what I'm doing, then they're gonna like the products. So yeah, I would definitely say like clothing for me or makeup.
Okay, okay. So how does that look for you? You know, Swag gonna have to hook you up. I'm gonna have to hook you
Yeah,
up with my people to get you some makeup going or something. You know.
yeah, do it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because I see that for you. A lot of us, and you know, I love. This is why Goat Vibes is so important for me because Goat Vibes is very educational. This is why I ask these particular questions so that our listeners can learn from these interviews. You know,
Mm,
and
yeah.
Goat Vibes is for people, which GOAT stand for greatest of all times. You know,
Mhm.
people that are doing great things, people who are well established, people
Mhm.
who are becoming well established, you know, and no matter where you are in life, there's always someone that's trying to get to where you're at, you know,
Mhm.
and even though you're trying to get to where someone else is, or and then when you get there, you're going to realize there's another level to go, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that's why I say consistency is key. So Goat Vibe is about retrieving the information to allow other people to learn from you as well, outside of getting to know your story, you know?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I just appreciate you being in raw and you know, just keeping it what we call here in Philly a bean.
A
One,
bit,
yeah,
yeah, I
keeping
like
it
that.
100 with us, a bean.
No, and I think what you're saying and what your show's about is really important as well, because it gives people who have a platform or an audience to speak about things that might help them understand the situation that they didn't know themselves, or go and find the right person to talk to, or the right make a different choice that's better for them in life. So yeah.
Yeah. And I definitely would be touching back in with you and your management because I definitely, the makeup and fashion, I see it in you. You know, some artists, you could go to the social media pages. I'm not going to use any page, but you could go to a social media page.
Mm-hmm.
You can just be like, you know, okay. And then some artists, you could go to the page and be like, let me scroll some more, you know, like I feel like you got the look fashion wise, you know.
Yep.
You're big for me. You're big already. Regardless of how you think, you're big already. You need to walk in that and own it. You're,
Yeah.
you're Esmae, okay? You're Esmae, okay? You need to own it, you know. And I know when I just look at you like an overall artist. Everybody, I watch so many people try to jump into the pop and R&B lane and mesh it
Mm-hmm.
together, and they cannot do it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
when I hear you, when I look at you, I'm like, yo, where has she been? Why? Like, what do we have to do? Do we got to call the president and talk to the president and be like, yo, what's going on over here? Like, why SB not where she needs to? Like, what do we got to do? Do we got to call
Yeah.
the president of the United States? Like, that's how I really feel when you go to
Yeah.
certain. When I go to certain artists, there's another artist like Carla Gamble. She's here from Philly. She's a
Mm-hmm.
soulstress, and I feel the same way about her. It's like, why aren't you where you supposed to be? Like, I'm doing everything I can in my power to help you get where you gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just make sure I got some tickets to the show or something. I just need to
Of
I
course.
see you there, like, you know. So I feel the same way about you. I feel like you're gonna have a beautiful career. You know, like your 10-year mark, you're gonna be able to sit back and look and be like, wow, I did
Yeah.
all of this. You know.
Yeah. With your support as well. So thank you. That means the world.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta support good people, you know, and I support people who support themselves, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to support a lot of people, but you know, some people not on time, they're late, they
Mm-hmm.
got what you talked about, and you know,
Yeah.
that's a pet peeve for me. You know, don't I might have a play that can change your life, but if you're not checking in, then
Yeah. Exactly.
I can't take you that serious, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's get into fire.
Yes. Let's get
Right.
into it.
We talked about the video, it was very fun, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
The choreographers worked around you, and they they got to see the video, you know. And now I'm glad to know that you know the set was made. So
Yeah.
you had a whole production. You had the makeup artist, the hairdresser, you
Yeah.
had the prop team, the camera crew. You had the choreographers, the dancers. That's an artist who's taking their career serious. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of artists, I would say, they just got the cameraman and they probably got 4 or 5 people, and the cameraman has to make the video
Yeah.
become what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I believe that that was awesome. That you pretty much made the job easy for everybody, you know.
Mm.
And one, like I say, one artist always employs at least 15 to 20 people automatically when their music wind up comes to fruition to shooting a music video, doing
Yeah.
a tour, doing a show. That's why I got respect for artists, because an artist that handles business, they're actually employing, they're paying other people, they're making sure other people get some type of spotlight. Yeah,
Yeah.
I may be the artist, but the team made
Yeah.
me like this. And I have that sense of team player coming from you. You know, you always say, yeah, I like this person, I like this person. But like I said, I have a small team, and you always go to that. And I like that about you. You know, let them know I
Yeah.
got a team. I got a team.
Yeah. I do. I have a really good team. I do. I really do.
Oh, that's
But it
awesome.
takes time. It takes time to get you. It takes time to get the right people on your team, and then when you've got them, you cannot let them go.
Yeah, you gotta hold them. You gotta hold them. You gotta. Nope, you're not going nowhere. I don't care how mad you are. We're just gonna settle this.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let everybody know. Now we're talking about the music, the actual
Mhm.
song.
Yeah.
Let the people know the creativity of Fire. I know. Oh, there you go. I know what was going on. I know, but let the people know the creativity of it. Did somebody piss you off, or was you watching a thin line between love and hate? Did you pull one out of your left eye TLC bag?
I think it was a bit of all of that. Yeah. Generally, I think normally like that line, I was pissed off. Yeah, I was a bit pissed off. And like I said, then I took the idea, the first line in, well, it was the first few, into the room with the songwriting camp, which was great. Again, that was another great experience. Like there was so many people there, and everybody was all on a buzz, and everyone was writing music. So that was a whole different energy in itself. And then me and the two of the writers, it was beautiful. It was in Scotland. It was like the whole thing was just beautiful. And then we took the idea, and it just went off from there. Then we took it to the producers, and then they did a fantastic job, the producers that I've been working with. And then we knew that we wanted something else. So we had a recommendation for the rapper who was on Instagram as well. So reached out to her. Like, the song was so good, but we wanted something else. We just didn't know what that was until we figured it out. And then we found Anika, and she was just brilliant. And I think, when she comes in on the track, it's unexpected, and it just takes it to a whole different level.
Yeah, yeah. The whole song was a level up.
Yeah.
It's that song is a song. Like I said, I don't care what genre you used to listening to. If you don't like that song, there's just something wrong with you. Um, this. I do want to double back on something you just said right now, because I think that is very important for artists that
Yeah.
is putting music on Instagram.
Yeah.
Um, So let the audience know that you actually found the artist, which you did just mention, but I just want to hone in on it, that you
Yeah.
actually found the artist on Instagram.
Yeah, she was recommended. She was recommended, and when we looked on Instagram, and then obviously that's why it's so important, if you do have good material, or if you are releasing, that you put the best that you have on there, because you never know who's watching. You never know. And if she didn't have that page, we wouldn't have been able to find out how good she was, and then know that she. As soon as I heard her, I knew she was the right person for the song. There was other people, but she was the one. As soon as I heard her, I was like, yeah, she's perfect.
So for you, as an artist that's working
Mm.
with people, working with a team, a management, all of that, because I want the artists that are posted on Instagram to understand what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
for you, you may be way further along than a lot of these artists, right?
Yeah.
The following didn't matter to you. The What mattered was the material that was being produced from the artist versus the following, correct?
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Yes.
100.
Yeah, I definitely want artists to realize that it's not about, I mean, yes, you do want to have some sort of following, but it's really not about the following. It's about the actual content and the material that you're putting up there to represent yourself. And depending on what you're putting up there, you can
Yeah.
get selected by someone like Esmae to be on the track.
Yeah, it could happen. Yeah, definitely. And then even when we started working on it again, she wrote her part, and then we were like, oh, we still want something else. And then we double timed it, and then we went back, and then we brought the hook, and it was just great.
Right.
So yeah.
So now what I'm understanding is y'all wrote the lyrics first.
Hmm.
Then y'all took the lyrics and the melodies and said, hey, we need something to this. And then the producers created the beat around the lyrics.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It was yeah. So very good.
I'm sorry. Most people, they receive the beat and then they write to the track.
Oh, sorry, there was already music. So in the room, there was like a demo copy, you would call it, that we
Okay.
had. But then that evolved significantly when we took it to the producers who produced it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
They had like a
and
little basic melody for y'all, and okay.
but there wasn't a rap on it at that time. Oh, there was a rap, but not the rap that we used. So the rap was very different to the one that Onika did. Yeah.
Right. All right, awesome.
It was
So,
a complicated process. I'm trying to just like think about what actually happened along the way. Sorry.
no, because process is very important for people. I mean, I don't want you to give your formula away, but it's very important because, a lot of artists think like, hey, I just need the beat and I gotta write to it. But you got some people that go lay their vocals down first, they send it to somebody else, and then they create the beats around it, and then they send it back and say, like you just did with this.
Yeah.
So, there are different processing. Some people sing it all the way through. They sing all 12 bars. Some people split it up for
Yeah.
and it's just so many different ways to create. So
Yeah.
it's always beautiful to see someone else's process so you can know that there's other ways to create your music.
Good. That's a good way to say it, because initially when I started doing it, I'd get the song ID, the melody, and I'd write it all, the full thing, and then I would take it to a producer. And then when I start collaborating, I realised that you can do it all together at the same time, and that brings a whole different. There's no right or wrong way, but I would say I was writing back to front before on my own, so I was doing it without any music, and then you write the music around where I've got some really great results with that. But the two aren't necessarily married from the beginning.
Right.
So
Right.
sometimes it's good to be in the room and write the music at the same time.
Yeah. Because they could play certain notes or take certain things out with you, and just be on your timing. Be on your timing with the music. Is writing and producing. At the same time, it just brings a whole different level of creativity.
I agree. Yeah.
So this is what I would like for you to do.
Okay.
I would like for you to go ahead and once again introduce yourself
Mhm.
and tell everybody, introduce your song, but also
Mhm.
let everyone know, where they can get it, or because when you go to YouTube, right?
Yeah.
There's a Esmae page, and there could be a Esmae page, and then there could be a Esmae YouTube. Like the distribution may have created a YouTube artist page. Like our prime example, I have a Swag 100 podcast,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
My actual page on YouTube. But when I distribute my podcast out, YouTube creates a whole different page just for the audio. So do you have more than one YouTube page?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so we're gonna have to check into that, make sure,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay. We can look into that. Yeah. No, the YouTube channel is something I started way back when I was doing covers. And then now it's got the original on, which I believe is at the top, but you are right. That's something to go and look into for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that the distros, they wound up creating a YouTube artist channel through it could be anyone, United Masters, Distro Kid, or
Mm.
an RPM. It could be anybody anyone's dealing with, but they like an artist, they have like their own algorithm YouTube page for each artist outside of their original page. So
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
I'd rather support your page than support the distro page. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. My own page, come to my page.
Right. So go ahead, introduce yourself in the track Fire, and we
Yeah.
gonna listen to this radio version,
Yeah.
for the people,
Yeah.
and get it popping.
Okay. So, hey, I am Esmae, and you can find me under Esmae Music Official. And my latest song is Fire, and me and Swag are going to play it, I think. Is that what we're saying? That's what we're saying.
Let's get it.
Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. So you think that you're a big man, telling everybody you can, that you got me where you want me. Did you think I'd be that easy? You've been running around, moving shady, letting me down. Busy, 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 what a clown. Huh. But guess who's the one sat here laughing right now? Always trying to make it like it's all my fault. Crazy, delusional, always causing problems. I be careful now. Oh, there's no hiding from me. Fire, 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 fire. Burn it up, fire. 'Cause I know that you're a liar, a liar. If the roof's on fire, we don't need the water. We gon' let that motherfucker burn, burn. If the roof's on fire, we don't need the water. We gon' let that motherfucker burn. I'm calling all my bras. We don't need no man. They never do much. They ain't got all the cards. I'm on the mic. I'm breathing fire like I'm Charizard. When I poke this out, make 'em hope and shout. When I get my phone, but I don't get that. I'm a bar too high for your hopeless cloud. Most these men like addicts, they just do it for the gram. But I need something realer for real. They can't get my hands, so I give them the cold shoulder. I love how they chase none when they never be with me, but really look silly when I tell them the show's over. It's over. Kicking up the chaos and I won't stop now. Insanely critical. Got a longer ringing, can you hear the sound? Smoke signal, light up your street. Fire, 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 fire. Burn it up, fire. 'Cause I know that you're a liar, a liar. If the roof's on fire, we don't need the water. We gon' let the motherfucker burn, burn. If the roof's on fire, we don't need the water. We gon' let the motherfucker burn. Fire, 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 fire. Burn it up, fire. 'Cause I know that you're a liar, a liar. Yeah. Fire, 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 fire. Burn it up, fire. 'Cause I know that you're a liar, a liar. No liars allowed. I can't hear you. Hello?
Oh man, I love that. I can't even do it. I'll be trying to do that so I can.
Yeah, like rolling your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. You know, and I feel like, you know, hey, anybody ever been lied to and you know, go through their issues and things of that nature, you know, they can relate, you know. You know, sometimes we feel like we want to set something on fire, you know.
Oh yeah, to the ground.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, what's I know because I know the tour, y'all working on a tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know the things we need to look out for Esmae, you know, that's coming up that us as the audience who will be listening to this podcast very soon
Yeah.
on iHeartRadio and all other 28 podcast platforms that's out there around the world, you know. So let us know what's coming up next so that we can support Esmae from here, you know, and get you good results.
Yeah, cool. So there's quite a few things coming up. Got quite a lot of live events that we've just kind of signed off on. So they'll be going on my socials. So I guess the best place if you want to know what's going on with Esmae is to check out all of my socials, which is obviously Insta, Esmae Music Official, Esmae Music Official on YouTube, TikTok. And if anybody has any advice on TikTok, what they want me to be doing, because I know everybody likes to dance. So that's on TikTok is a new platform for me that we're kind of exploring at the minute. But again, it says Esmae Music Official. And then what are the other ones, Flag?
Well, you know
All of them. I'm saying I think I got all of them. Did I?
No, you definitely did. But I will let you know, TikTok is very lucrative. Very.
Yeah.
I have to hit you up on the back end. I can set you up well, help you and your team set up. I don't know. Are y'all dealing with the sellers yet?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
I'm gonna talk to y'all. I'm gonna talk to you on the back end after this
Yeah,
interview.
yeah,
Because
yeah, definitely.
imagine fire behind some dope products on TikTok.
Like lighters.
Lighters, they're selling the new blow torches,
Yeah,
uh
yeah,
blowtorch thing. It's just so many different clothings that song can go behind, and I'm pretty sure when I show you how to set up the TikTok business, your, your money revenue will probably be so crazy with that song, and people actually buy the product just because of the song. See, that's another
yeah,
thing. That's another thing in the game. Us as creators, we need to learn how to maybe create a product and then put the music behind it.
yeah, exactly. That's such a good idea.
Sometimes we
Yeah,
have the music and then try to put up no. We got to switch the game around. Like I'm such a visionist with marketing, and I'm not doing nothing no one hasn't done before, but it's like
mm,
the strategic focus in certain
yeah,
things that
mm-hmm.
always continue to work. Um, McDonald's has a song behind it. When you hear ba you already know it's McDonald's. So
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's like, hmm, maybe let's get that product and let's keep this song with this right here for a while. And
yeah,
you can do so much more with products than you can with music.
yeah. Of
The
course. Yeah,
music just need to be attached to it. And then we can set up something to where as though when they buy the product, they get the music.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So it's like, hey, I got a $50 shirt, and honestly, you really buying my music for $50. You're not really buying the shirt for $50. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, we'll definitely talk. But so tell us about the tour. Tell us about the tour that you got coming up.
yeah. So I've got a couple of nights coming up, but they're just like two, and then the tour starts in January. I'd have to check the dates, but it's January, February, March, and then potentially one maybe in October, but we don't know yet. We're looking into that. Then obviously we've got the new collaboration that's coming out, and that's a really exciting song. But it's not done. It's not quite finished yet. So we've got new releases, and then we've got lots of live events. So we're going to get that on the Spotify as soon as I've got those dates. So if you check my Spotify account, which is Esmae Music, and also Instagram is probably the best place to find out what's happening with me. And then we're coming to Philly, aren't we?
Yeah, we got to figure something out because we got to
Yeah,
get you to perform down here in Philly. And I'm a person like I'll have a crowd waiting for you. So
yeah,
we just got to figure some things out and get you here. Maybe we could fit Philly on a tour. We could fit Philly on a tour. Like
I would love that. Honestly, I love the US, and like I can see myself living there. Truly, I can.
right.
I think we talked about this before. Ironically, my main audience is in the US as well. So, like most of my following is in the US. So I think it might be the
Listen,
right place.
you heard what I told you. You are my Lady Gaga. You're my
Yay.
personal Lady Gaga, right? So I know that America's gonna love you, but definitely your music definitely will resonate here in the city. They will love
Yeah.
you here. I'm gonna get with Q, get back with you, and we're
Yeah.
we're gonna figure out how to get you here and blow you up. Because
Yeah.
I definitely have venues. I'm the guy that a lot of people call to get the venues here in the city or come to the city for
Mm-hmm.
support. When they come here, they might be like, hey, we're performing at the Wells Fargo, but when we get down there, we don't know where to go. We don't know what to do. Swag, can you show us around? So don't worry about it. Between me and Q, we got you. We gonna have the city and the key waiting for you.
Yeah. That sounds ideal. I look forward to that. No,
No,
I'd love it. It'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to come to the US and perform. It would be a dream.
all right. So definitely. Now, what would for you, right? I don't know how many US magazines you know about,
Mm-hmm.
but for you, if you could be placed at any magazine in the US, what was your ideal magazine to be in here in the US?
You asked some good questions, Swag. I don't know. I mean, what is it the same as like the UK? Is it like Vogue, Grazia, all that? Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's ones that are probably a music, like a music fashion magazine. What would that be?
See, I'm trying to surprise you, and I'm gonna tell you. So for us,
Yeah.
music fashion, the
Mm,
biggest music fashion magazine. Well, there's two lanes. You got corporate and then you got urban. So for the
yeah.
urban, the,
Urban.
the urban magazine is called Floss.
Okay.
FLOSS. Floss magazine. I happen to write for that magazine. But yeah, the biggest urban magazine in the world for fashion and music merged is um Floss magazine. It's a cross between Vogue and GQ.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect.
Yeah. So, that's why I was asking. I'm like, oh, what magazine would you you know?
Oh,
Um
what's my?
outside of that, you got Vogue. I'm thinking women. You got Vogue,
Mm,
Pitchfork. But Pitchfork is more so music,
yeah.
but
Okay.
it's tailored for your genre though. You
Mm,
know, you'll get a good grab from Pitchfork. Uh, but fashion definitely Vogue, music Pitchfork. Uh, uh, mm, I would say another great one. See, I'm going off of your genre. I'm going off of your style. I'm going off of Esmae. I'm not going off of like what's popular. I'm going on like what. See, a lot of people get in magazines, but it don't fit their genre. It don't fit their
uh,
style. It don't fit their
yeah.
story. And it's like, hey, you're in this magazine with no reads because you really don't fit in this area. You're just bragging that you're here, but it's not working for you. But
Yeah.
for me, I see Esme in a Vogue. I definitely see you written about in flaws. Um, and you can ask Q. I said Q. She needs
Mm,
to be Pitchfork ASAP.
yeah.
Pitchfork is overseas too. I believe Pitchfork is in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but I have ties. I have ties to like 178 platforms, magazines and etc. So we're not even worried about it. But I believe for you, the same places I see Lady Gaga, I see you.
Mm,
It's not that you can't get there. You just gotta want to be there.
yeah. Yeah.
That's it. It's not that you can't get there. You just got to know, like, hey, yeah, I want to be in this magazine, and it
Yeah.
can, you know. Um, I see your music in movies,
Yes. I agree.
commercials. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Fire could be just the hook. The fire could be like some fire ice bubble gum. It don't matter. The song could go for anything.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
color shirt. It doesn't fireball liquor. It doesn't like it can go anywhere. But
Yeah.
Esme gotta have that broad mind, like, yo, we need to call this company.
Mm-hmm.
Let them know we got a hit track for their
Mm-hmm.
product. You know,
Yeah.
we got a new product getting ready to release 4 months from now. Let's see if we can get the music behind. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
that's I feel like your music will make so much more revenue for you and your team
Mm-hmm.
with placements. And I believe I told you that before. And I'm not saying y'all not doing that, but that's where I will focus at if I was you. Placements.
Yeah.
Ready, not radio, but of course we want radio. Just good streams, but good revenue. But college radio, because they're paying college radio pays by the dollar,
Okay.
not the cents. It's like $1.03 per spin.
Mm-hmm.
College radio, movies, commercials.
Yeah.
Short. It don't matter if it's a short film, a webisode. Get your music placed, cause whew, you got the music for it. You
Yeah.
know.
We do. We're ready.
Yeah, y'all got the music for it. But I love this conversation. I really appreciate you taking your time all the way from
course.
England, UK, to kick it here with me in America, right here on Swag 100 Podcast, which is the number 5 podcast in the world on Good Pods platform. And we're also number 8 of all time trending podcasts in the world on Good Pods, 144 in Ghana, which 240 in America for music education on Apple. So, we're moving, we're shaking and baking.
Yeah,
We
you need some
oh yeah, they coming. They coming. They coming. They coming. And what's crazy? A lot of artists also don't know that we have to pay for these things. It's like you earned the plaque, but now I gotta buy it for it to be sitting in my house. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So,
yeah,
I haven't gotten around because there's a lot of music that I've produced as well for artists and things, and they placed, and I got plaques, and I haven't bought. But you know what? I told myself that I'm going to take 1 month just to fill out all my paperwork and go
yeah,
and just get all my stuff. So, I know it take weeks to come, but at least I know they'll be coming in,
yeah.
and I could just have them in the background looking beautiful. Like, hey,
Well, mine was a birthday present. Otherwise, I'm the same. I would never have got around to it. But yeah, that was a birthday present. So
now, see, that's the point of having people that support you.
exactly.
It's
Yeah,
like that's the beauty in it. Like, hey, it's your birthday. Instead of me going to buy you a meal or buy you a expensive gift, I'm gonna get you a plaque that you earned and you deserve.
yeah. Perfect present.
Beautiful present. Yeah. So Esme, we got the tour coming up. We gonna bring you
Mhm.
down to Philly real soon.
Yes, I'd
You
love
know,
to.
Fire is out. It's charted already. We waiting for it to come on MTV real soon. So
Yeah.
we gonna need some promo. Send it over here to me so I can help promote
Oh,
you and all of that on our platform as well.
yeah.
Um, Probably throw a clip of the video up to get people to try to go, check the video out some more.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, and maybe we'll talk on the back end. I don't want to say too much during the interview, but we'll talk on the back end to try to handle some of these back end things for y'all and see what we could come up with, because I'm definitely serious about Esme because you have a new favorite fan,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so dope, But yeah, you have anything for the matter of fact, let me ask the question right. If there was a young Esme out there,
Mm-hmm.
like I want to be like big Esme,
That's nice.
right?
Yeah.
What would the advice that you'll give to them before we get up out of here?
Okay. Always believe in yourself and feel the fear and do it anyway.
Mm.
Within reason. I don't mean do anything dangerous, but I mean in terms of yourself, like because we all put boundaries on ourselves, and that's what keeps us in, and it's a comfortable place to be. But if you're not pushing your boundaries, then you're not moving forward. You've got to keep always pushing. Yeah.
Right. And this the last question. This the game piece right here.
Oh gosh.
We didn't ask you this. I think this is very important. If an artist wanted to reach out to you,
Mm-hmm.
sir, an engineer, anyone in the music business wanted to reach out to you and collab in any type of way, fashion or form,
Mm-hmm.
what is your biggest pet peeve when reaching out to you?
I don't really have one, to be honest with you. Is that the right answer? There's not one.
Should they DM you on Instagram? Should
Yeah.
they automatically, should they say, hey, yo, I want to work with you? There's certain things that turn us off when we see a DM, and it could be somebody that's potentially we could work with, but they turned us off on the way they approach us. That's
Yeah. So I didn't really understand what a pet P.
yeah,
Like a
pet
P.
peeve. Yeah, pet peeve is like your preference. Your preference, like when you reach out to me,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
say yo or
Oh, okay. I'm
don't
with you. Sorry,
DM
I
me
didn't.
10 times before I respond to you. Like a
Yeah.
pet peeve.
Yeah. I think The worst place where I ever received them is on SoundCloud. For whatever reason, it's not the best place. I would say definitely like Instagram. Yeah, and like send something to listen to as well. Otherwise, it's like you've lost an opportunity. It could sometimes you don't get the messages and they can go into the wrong inbox or whatever. But if you get somebody and they've opened the mail or whatever it is and there's nothing to listen to, you might have lost your opportunity to have that moment where they're like, oh, I like that. So make sure you put your details in there.
So will you prefer them to send you a Spotify link or a YouTube link or how?
Something easy to something to access easily. So Spotify, I mean, we've got Apple Music is easy for me. YouTube, yeah.
All right, there y'all go. Here go y'all chance artists, engineers, producers, labels, whoever you are. You know, you want to contact Esmae, official Esmae Music. Sorry, Esmae Music on everything. You know, and if y'all reach out, her pet peeve is hop in the Instagram DM, not SoundCloud. And
Yeah,
leave a message, leave a link so she could check your music out. Her and her team could check your music out. And then you'll probably have a better opportunity to work with Miss
yeah,
S. Okay?
yeah, definitely. Well, because on SoundCloud as well, you can't access the inbox off your phone, so you can't listen. So
Right.
yeah, don't. I shouldn't say that. Investigate other methods. Yeah, we'll say that.
Right. Well, I really appreciate you rocking with us here on Group 5 Interviews, Swag 100 Podcast. Any last remarks before we get up out of here, Queen?
No, just thank you for listening. Thank you for having me, Swag. I love talking with you. He's so good. And yeah, thank you. If you liked our interview, go and check it out. Esmae Music Official on all of the platforms. Yeah.